Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demo in Des Moines, Iowa. Do live videos every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Central with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi everybody.
Look, we have friends here already, Steve. We have Chris and Angie and Bev and Nancy. We are so glad you guys are here. Patty. I think
Texas.
Patty went all the way at the top. Sorry, Patty, I didn't see you. It's a good thing you know Patty's here, Steve. So here's the deal. I put this on my blog a couple weeks ago, and I got so many emails about how, I know I explained it to you, I think 2 weeks ago, but people wanted the exact directions. So if you were here to see the piano card, maybe your comments aren't showing up because, Steve, can you show them on StreamYard? So you only have to do this once and it stays good forever for me and for any other demo that uses StreamYard. But StreamYard.com/Facebook, and just give them permission. Then your name will show up. Then we can chat with you and you can do prize patrol. We don't do anything with your name. StreamYard doesn't do anything with your name. But please grant permission so we can see your comments and know you're here. Yay, Jan and Janice and Bridget and Pam, Jean, Judy. Jean Hoffman shares my video every single week. And I think, Tony, you guys, thank you. Thank you for leaving comments, for sharing it. Everything helps, and we sure appreciate it. Before we get started, Christy Birkenbosch is on. Yeah, Bethany does. Her daughter Bethany teaches piano. She needs this card. Do you know anyone who might make it for her, Bethany? Hello, Kathy. We're glad you're here. Okay, I got a couple cards in the mail. Isn't this adorable? I absolutely love it. And is Bridget on? I said hi to Bridget. Bridget made this, a bunny. I love that we are friends, Bridget. I love that we are friends too. She used scraps of paper, just made it cute. Think of how many things we could make just by doing that. And she also put some of the new stamps. She went to on stage, unlike me. And she also sent me, I don't have it sitting right here. She sent me samples of the new cardstock and samples of the new ink, and it was super sweet. Thank you so very much, Bridget. And then this was on time. It just wasn't by my desk last week. This is from Mary Harris. Bridget and Mary are both Stamping Joy Club members. And look at this. This is the heart from the Celebration Heart Bundle to make a shamrock. Now, Steve, he's all about St. Patrick's Day.
I am
Do you
all
not
about
love this
St.
card?
Patrick's
Tell
Day.
Mary thank you.
Mary, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's absolutely darling. And last week we showed Kathy Walton's cute St. Patrick's Day card that she sent us. So this is very sweet. So thank you for the cards. I super love those. Couple more things. We have Stamp Camp coming up. So the first one is Lovely as a Garden. On May 3rd, you buy the suite from me. You get the card kits, the videos, the written tutorial. Our written tutorials, people buy those every month for $15. And even, it's honestly mainly demos who do it and some customers. But you're just losing your demo discount, but you're getting all the things for free. It is a great deal. And you will end up making so many cards with this set. I wish I could show you the cards that I'm making for the Stamp Camp, but I don't think I can today. Where did Mary get the front sentiment? Okay, I would have to know where I put the cards already, Bev. So lucky to know you. I do not know. We will ask Mary and see. Inside she put you're such a blessing. I know where she got that. I do not know where she got so lucky to know you. But I'll check on that. I don't know if Mary is on tonight.
I haven't seen her yet.
She usually has dinner with her kids and then gets on later. But we will check on that. Okay, so I told you about the Stamp Camp. Email me. Steve, can you show them my email on the banners? My email is beth@stampingmom.com. Email me if you have questions about anything. Oh, Jean and Kathy, thank you for sharing. Kathy's in the snowy mountains. It snowed here. It was summertime on Saturday. We had James's first birthday party at our house.
On the deck.
And I made his smash cake, and it was so much fun. I love how much fun his first birthday was. And then on Sunday evening, we were lifting weights, and we went back out to the car, and it was covered in snow. So it is fun. Yeah, Kathy, that heart is from the celebration. So you had to purchase 120 to get that bundle for free. Okay, was there anything else? We talked about if you're new here, could you please say hi? I know some people were coming just to watch the piano card. And put hashtag Prize Patrol if you want to win. I have a new host code. It's just for the next 15 days. And then host codes will go away. So if you do order the suite for the stamp camp, please use the host code. Okay, anything else? This set is old, I'm sorry to say, but some of you may have it, and you could get it on eBay. And really for the card itself, you don't need it. Just a note is all I used from it, except on the envelope. Is that not the cutest treble clef ever?
It's got a little heart in the middle of it.
I know, it's called Music from the Heart. So here's a grand piano with the stand-up part. What's the name of the grand piano? It's got a heart there too.
The lid?
The lid is a heart. I bet there's another name. Maybe not. Thank you for telling James happy birthday. He had a fun day. But I almost like the treble clef the best. But you can win this card if the Prize Patrol randomly chooses you. So you can make it. Don't worry about it if you don't have the set. Okay, so should we get started? Kimberly Barbish, you have the set. You should definitely make it. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. We're going to do black cardstock, and it's 5.5 inches by 8.5, a normal card. And then what we're going to do, there's another one under this, Steve. We're going to cut off the bottom 2.5 inches. So I went up 2.5 inches from the bottom and cut up the score line, and then I went 2.5 inches and cut it off. So then I had the whole top half of the card. Then I got out the birthday celebration. I was going to look. Any of you that are demos, do you want to look it up quick and see if the birthday celebration, I think it's on the last chance list. There's so many things on there, who knows? I meant to look. And maybe it's on sale. That would be good to know. But the curved die came out of birthday celebration. You might have a die from another set that has a curve. I know we've had several over the years. But what I did is I ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I attempted to leave 3/4 of an inch here and then put the die down, and 3/4 of an inch here. On this card, that was more successful. But I wanted to show you this one because I usually just show you the ones that I throw away, the ones that are messed up.
So if you didn't have that set, could you find like a mixing bowl or something and just trace along?
Anything with a curve. You know, a grand piano, they have different curves. It doesn't matter if you have a different curve. But if you wanted the birthday celebration set and it's on sale, who knows, you know? But if not, yes, make a curved line. You could even hand cut it. You could fussy cut it. So, but this is what your card base looks like when you get done cutting out this 2.5 inches and curving the top. Another thing you could do that I didn't do on this card, really here you would have to just write a cute little note right here that still gets covered up, or you can put a 4 by 5.25 white piece on the back and write a longer note. Thank you, Bev. It's still available and it's still at the bundle price. Sometimes you guys look at this carefully. When things go to the last chance list, oh good, Mary Harris is here. Mary, I showed your beautiful card, thank you. And they want to know where your sentiment, so lucky to know you, came from. Could you let us know that, please? Okay, so back to this. What was I saying before Mary got on?
You were talking about how you could put writing underneath the piano flap.
Yeah, you could write here, or you could write on the back if you have a longer note. Okay? So then, here's the hardest part of the whole card. And I did it in kind of a hurry. So, 4 inches across, 3 inches down. Basic white cardstock. And then you need to draw lines every half an inch for the white piano keys. This is not perfect, but I showed it to Steve and he said it was good enough.
Right.
So
I can't see where it's not perfect, so
okay.
That means it's fine.
Well, and if you are a piano teacher or you play piano, you'll know that if we're starting here at middle C, it should be D and then the black key should be there. So I was going to do this one different. The only problem is I'm an accountant and I like, what's this called? Symmetry? Balance?
Yes.
It looks better to have a black key on each side and 3 in the middle.
I don't think so.
Okay, Mary says the sentiment for this came from oval occasions. So thank you, Mary. We were talking about you before you got on, so I'm glad your ears were ringing and you made it. Okay, so for this, the Stampin' Write marker, you can buy a black Stampin' Write marker for $3.50. And they are current at Stampin' Up.
Okay, so I want to know from the folks that are watching, shouldn't we make the keyboard correct to specification for what a keyboard should look like? I'm just having a hard time making a full keyboard.
Stephen McCullough, why are you doing this?
Because, well, I'm just saying it should be what it really is.
I'm going to show you the normal keyboard. Okay. If this is C, this is D, E, F, and there's a reason. Okay, I know sometimes our friends vote with Steve, but you need to vote with me on
That's
this
a
one.
keyboard. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Okay, I can do it this way, but then the next key would be hanging off the edge here. It would be like right there. But I could leave it like this. Would you like it like this?
Well, let's let people vote. Let the people speak.
Deanna says, make it the way you are happy. You know? And Lynn says, artists can take liberties. Elaine says, make it correct so we can compare. Okay, this is correct. The bottom one is correct. Okay, so maybe I like the bottom one.
So what I'm saying is it's still not correct because you don't have the half black key there, but who cares that the half black key? Or you know what we should do? Let's make a half black key.
Okay.
See, this is what I do. She has this all planned out, right? And it's precise. She knows exactly what she's going to say and how it's going to go. And then, I try and throw curveballs. Because if it was just easy, it would be boring, right?
Well, what if we just left it with those 5 keys?
Should show you how to make the card, and it'd be pretty, and everybody'd like it.
Okay, you guys who come every week, is listening to Steve McCullough ever boring? Hello, Sandra and Orly and Angie. I'm glad you guys made it. I don't even know if I can cut this strip in an eighth of an inch.
You can do 1/8 an inch, no problem. Now you just got to get the right
length.
Okay,
that looks funny. It can't be there. It can't. I can just leave it like this, though. Let's compromise. You want it correct. I want it symmetrical.
Okay.
How much time do we have? Okay. We have Stamping Joy Club at 7:30, so we cannot.
Bev just cracked me up. Bev is my agent, right? And she's working to get me better compensation since I get none. And she just said, Steve, this is why you don't get raises.
Thank you, Bev.
Well, all right, but I have fun. At least that's my reward, right?
Yes, you do have fun. I think it'd be more fun if I'll design the cards and you make them every week.
Well, I mean, the problem is the videos would get longer because of all the redo. Because when I'm making a card, it actually gets made multiple times as I'm putting things on and taking them back off and trying to straighten them out.
Wait, are you a perfectionist in your stamping?
No, I'm just talking about the general, what the card's supposed to look like, as opposed to when I put it together.
So, do you have any stories from the last week? Do you have
I
any stories?
do. I'm going to talk some more about our grandson. Because, okay, so the smash cake. Beth made this almond flour cake.
I was nervous
without
about that too.
sugar,
Do you guys get nervous?
And she knocked it out of the park.
It was, what was it, 4-inch springform pans.
Right.
You
so
could buy a
round
set of
pans,
3 at Michael's.
And so she made it 3 layers high, and then she made frosting. And
cream cheese frosting with maple syrup. So I didn't put sugar in
no
any
sugar,
of it.
sugar, no white sugar. It was all natural sugars. And then she frosted the whole thing and put sprinkles on it. But the sprinkles were hard because she had already put the frosting on it, and the frosting had cream cheese frosting, or cream cheese, but it also had yogurt. And so it
had Greek yogurt, so it was kind of
wet.
thin.
Yeah, it was wet. And so if you touched it, it came off. So we couldn't touch it, but we wanted to put sprinkles on it. So we should
have made a video.
we sat and we got little handfuls of sprinkles and threw them at the side of the cake. And then we got sprinkles everywhere. But, we did laugh as we did it. So that was good.
It was fun.
It was fun. So then.
See, what I was worried about is it would be a terrible disaster and I would have to start over again because the party was at our house.
Right.
So I didn't have time to make another one.
So then it was showtime. It's finally James gets to eat his cake. Bev just said, where was Amy when you needed her? We did talk to Amy.
I talked to Amy this weekend, and she was most interested in what was in the cake, how I did the frosting,
But she was impressed, Beth. She said,
was she?
Yeah, she was impressed. That
Amy
you
is our sweet daughter-in-law in Texas who makes a cake on Instagram every Christmas.
Yes.
And she, admittedly makes some mistakes in hers too.
She said that's what makes her videos funny. So that's why I try and disrupt Beth, because I want the videos to be funny.
Some people actually want to make a card.
So it's showtime.
Can I stop you a minute?
Sure.
Here we have it, folks. For those, Christy, are you still on here? Who actually plays piano? This is my symmetry card, and this is my actually the way the piano looks card. Hello, Kay. I'm glad you made it. So, specify if you win the card, if you want the...
Orly is here too, and Sandra.
Hello, Sandra.
Don't want to forget anybody.
I saw you. I said hello to Orly, I'm sure. Okay, so this piece is a little bigger. So we're going to glue this in first, and you're leaving this same 1/8 inch border like you always do. So I'm going to glue this in. I don't see... Kay, I'm glad you liked your card. Christy, do you like the symmetry card or the piano? Look, here was one of my boo-boos. I was going to put a dot here and a dot here to draw the line. Don't do that. The dots don't look good. Just be bold, take a ruler, and draw a line.
All right. Bev is saying she actually likes the second card, so maybe I do deserve a raise. Thank you, Bev. I know you'd come back to advocating for me, so. And
okay.
Christy likes the correct way, too.
Now it's called the correct way. Okay, so I've played the piano for a long time, and I knew it was incorrect. But, it's just, accountants are like organization and balance and...
Symmetry.
Yes. Are you going to make it, Angie? I'm so glad.
So it's finally showtime for James to eat his cake. And they took his clothes off except for his diaper, and we moved the high chair out onto the deck.
Oh, well, that's a funny thing, too. Okay, so I have to back up. Bree and I went to a baby sale at a nearby church on Friday, and I bought a water table. And, we're in Iowa, and we haven't touched our deck all winter long, right? And I take the water table on the very dusty, dirty deck that hasn't been touched all winter. And what happened? We made mud. So by the time James was done with his water table, we had mud all over him, all over me, all over everywhere. So I'm like, Steve, before the party, we can't have a muddy deck. So it needs to be power washed. So we power washed the deck and power washed the furniture and power washed the patio.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there doing it thinking, is this really, I mean, what if it's supposed to rain tomorrow? Nobody's going to be out on the deck. But, Beth wanted it done. It was part of the deal, so we did it.
So then it's time to do the smash cake, and he brings all this plastic and he's putting it all over in the kitchen, and my dad's tripping over the plastic, and I'm like, why are we doing that in the kitchen? And he's like, I cannot possibly get my deck dirty. I just cleaned it. And I'm like, well, I can't get my kitchen floor cleaned. I just cleaned it.
So we compromised, and I put the plastic on the deck, and we moved the high chair and the boy out onto the deck, which was fine because then everybody sat on the deck chairs and we sat on the deck.
And then he never really.
Wait, this is my part of the story I want to tell. James is a very meticulous young man, right? He's going to be first child. He's going to be an engineer someday. So what he proceeded to do was reach out and grab one little sprinkle at a time and eat it, right? One little sprinkle. And Beth looks at me and she said, "We're going to be here for like 2 weeks before he ever finally gets to the cake." So I took his spoon that he actually likes to try and feed himself with, and I stuck it in the top of the cake. And then, of course, he reached out to grab his spoon, and when he did, a big hunk of cake fell off. And then he's like, oh. So he picked it up and started eating like a caveman.
Most of our friends have grandchildren, or a dozen of them, and they're like, okay, we know how it goes.
Right. I'm just trying to say, we had to prime the pump big time to get this kid to tear into the cake.
Yes,
But he finally did. But then, the other funny part of this is, he really, really, really liked the cake. Like, he wouldn't stop eating the cake.
And he's not had sweets or anything.
Right. Well, and so we're really lucky that Tamara, one of the gals that actually watches him one day a week, was here, who loves him just as much as we do. And Beth looks at her and said, do you think that he's going to eat so much he's going to throw up? And she said, yes, absolutely. That's what he's going to do. I was like, we need to stop him now. Okay, back to the card. Sorry, we digress. Okay, another piece of basic white, and this is, again, 4 inches across, and it is 2 3/4. And on this, I actually black embossed it. You don't need to, just stamp it in black. On the musical note, I stamped it in black, and on this, I embossed it. You really can't tell. The only thing is it has a little bit of texture. But you have other sets that say just a note, too. Hey, Maria's here. It's good to see you. Okay, so after you have this done, I always do the sentiment before I glue anything down, because if I mess it up, I can start over. So then I took a 1/4 inch by 4 inch black strip. It would be like a really long piano key. And I adhered it on to the bottom of this. And then we're just going to take this and do the same border. And as you can see, I'm going over the top of the keys. So don't think I measured it wrong. It's on purpose that I just thought it was easier. I didn't want like there to be a gap where the keys started. So we are going to glue this. Of course, now I can't remember which one still had glue. I shouldn't have so many glue problems. Chris is saying, why aren't you using the glue press? I need to work on that. I am losing my grip strength. And you would think that would be easier, but for some reason, I'm having a hard time with it. Okay, so today, if you're a demo, you can order the pre-order, and it counts toward earning that coral tote, if you know what I'm talking about. We also had, I know, just make up a story, Steve. Let's count the glue. I have not said a word about the glue up to this point. I have 10
bottles of glue here, all upside down. Look, this one has glue pouring out of it.
That one must work.
This makes me happy. Oh, by the way, when I was getting ready for this video, I found this over my Stamp and Cut in an emboss machine. Extra credit if you can tell me. I'm usually good about keeping all my dies and stamps together.
Where does it go? She needs to know.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the same border, line it up with the white one. and leave the border top and bottom. There we go. So we have the like a real piano card. This would be card number 2. And the first one that was all about the symmetry, card number 1. So let me know which one you want. Reach out to me at beth@stampingmom.com if you need anything. If you were watching for the first time, or if you're watching later on the replay, let me know on YouTube.
Mary Harris believes that may belong in the birthday wishes suite. So it would be fun if you could pull that out and see if that was correct or not.
I don't know where.
Or delightful wishes.
Delightful wishes. Okay. Well, that makes sense. This was my last stamp camp. Oh, you know something? It's very likely. Do you want to go ahead and do Prize Patrol and I'll count my dies?
Count your dies. All right, we'll get started on Prize Patrol. So if you haven't already done so, last chance, you need to type hashtag Prize Patrol in the comments. All one word, and this is what it's going to look like.
Mary, that was a good guess, but I don't think that's it.
It's going to look just like that when you type it into the comments.
Could it be Thankful Garden? My new, that's what it is. It's Thankful Garden, which is the new Lovely as a Garden suite.
Okay, so here we go. We're about to draw. Thank you for the 2 people that just dove in at the last minute. You get to choose between card number 1 and card number 2.
Yeah, and if you weren't able to figure out how to do Prize Patrol, just email me and I can chat with you about it.
Oh, Kimberly Barbish.
Kimberly, did you win last week? I try to write it down. Oh, it's a new month though. You can win once a month. So Kimberly, you just won. Let me know. And you said you have the stamp set too, which is fantastic. So do you want the first one that's symmetrical or the second one that's piano-like? But you guys reach out to me if you need anything, and I hope you all have a blessed week. And thank you for coming and having fun with us for half an hour on Tuesday nights. Hope to see you next week. Thank you for your comments and sharing the video. Have a blessed week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.